brilliant qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world. Do you feel the need? The need for speed?
Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back once again to my F1 24 career mode. Season 4 continues here at Barcelona. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last installment, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. So we've got a couple of upgrades stuck on the car. We should be moving forwards in the pecking order. I don't know how much more forward you can get from the last two races though, but I think luck and strategy had a part in both of them. But we're now here at Barcelona, and you know what? Sector 1 felt really good. However, there's one or two little mistakes I've made. I could have taken a little bit more speed in that sector. But there is a clear progression with this car, and it's clear that we are moving forwards, and we're going to stay positive about our chances here. At the end of Sector 2, we're looking at the top 5. If I could complete the lap there, that would be insane. However, this is where we don't get the best exit, and in fact, we've lost a little bit of time here. We're looking at being about 13th or 14th, maybe. It's going to be I couldn't tell what that is. It was dropping to 15 when I last saw it. It's P16, so our best qualifying of the season. But still a lot of work that needs to be done. But we're getting closer. We're getting closer. That lap in the first two sectors had a lot of positives. If we just have managed to put it together a bit better, we would have found another 10th, which could have moved us up. Let's have a look at where our time is. So we were 7 tenths off. We could have found a 10th, or maybe a 10th and a half, and we would have been just outside the top 10. The goal for this race is the same, however. Try and grab maybe a point or two from this Grand Prix.
On to sunny Spain, specifically to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. So many great moments in Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather here today, but we're just as overjoyed to be at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and the popular opinion in the paddock is that we never wanted the chicane in the first place. That's now been gone, the final corner is much faster, and at 2.9 miles and 14 turns, we await the Spanish Grand Prix. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, and it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Bottas, Stroll, Hülkenberg, Hamilton, Albon, Perez, Ocon, Gasly, Théo Pourchaire, Joker, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Joe, Behrman, and Zayn Maloney. That's it then, it's time to go racing. And alongside me for this afternoon's commentary, Naomi Schiff.
It's quite difficult to overtake here, but we're going to give it our best shot. P16, the Spanish Grand Prix is underway, and I was a little bit slow to react to the start, so as such we've not gone away well at all. And Charles Leclerc alongside me trying to find a way through, as is Yuki Tsunoda, but I'm going to stick to the inside line, brake a little bit later, see if there's anything to be gained there. I've got the Alpine of Ocon muscling me out, but we haven't gained any positions or lost any as a result of that. Ocon muscled me out and I lost the place to Pourchaire, but we retain our grid position. And I'm now having a look at Théo Pourchaire to see if there's any way through on the Red Bull driver. There's going to be a move down the inside here, and we have got past the Red Bull up into 15th. Next car ahead is Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly. So we have got the two Alpines dead ahead of us, and I think they're very much takeable considering the positives in our qualifying lap. We've got a bit deep there though. That might allow Teo Pourchaire a run back. Is Pourchaire going to take the run back? No, he doesn't. And I'm now setting my sights on the Alpines ahead. And again, we go a little bit wide, perhaps caught out in the dirty air of Esteban Ocon. And we've got ourselves into a bit of a DRS train, which I believe is headed by Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari. That's not going particularly quick. But the problem with trains is that you tend to get stuck in one and it gets very difficult to move forwards. Fernando Alonso currently leading his home Grand Prix. And I think Ocon's maybe having a look at Gasly. I want to know what's going up ahead. Are the Ferraris attacking each other? I think we got them side by side, but we've caught Esteban Ocon off guard by sending it down the inside and moving up into P14. So we caught Ocon napping a little bit there. And this is the two Ferraris battling it out. Lewis Hamilton going a little bit deep there, but Hamilton just holding this pack up a bit while everyone in front is driving away, and we're all over the back of Pierre Gasly. So this battle is going on for the final points paying position at this stage of this Spanish Grand Prix, and I'm trying to sneak my way forwards in it. And look at the line we take there. That's a very aggressive line as we now start to shape up Pierre Gasly. Can we catch him napping in the same fashion that we caught his teammate napping? Answer, yes. Down the inside of Gasly we go, and another position gained up into P13. And if we can keep moving forwards like that, that would be brilliant. Ending another lap, lap 5 complete. However, we've dropped Albon's DRS, which might make us vulnerable to Pierre Gasly trying to repass us. That does make us vulnerable to Gasly. Down the inside he goes. There's not a lot I can do to fight that off. I can try and brake later, but Gasly has already moved back across to the racing line. Nothing we can do. Gasly back up to P13, and I'm back down to 14th with Ocon and Pourchaire now snapping at my heels. So getting into the points is going to be very difficult, especially as we're losing time fighting Gasly. And speaking of Gasly, we're coming straight back at him here, down the straight. He's going to go defensive. Nothing he can do, though. We've got so much momentum. And we retake P13. And now I need to try and recatch Alex Albon, who's got Nico Hülkenberg with him. However, they're all on soft tyres, so our tyres are going to feel better towards the end of the stint. So it's all about playing the long game here. Hülkenberg is getting mixed up with this battle for the final point positions. And I think Hülkenberg, if anything, is now backing Albon up while the Ferraris are getting away from them. So it's a little bit unfortunate for us, but let's see what we can do. We've still got 23 laps to go, and I'm very much bringing the Alpine and the Red Bull with me as we head towards the end of the lap. Drivers are starting to pit now, but we're staying out because obviously we're on the medium tyres. Norris is first to pit. He's the first of the medium runners to pit, and the two Ferraris are battling each other for the lead. Sergio Perez now takes the lead over Lewis Hamilton. We're in third with the Williams of Tsunoda fourth, and Lando Norris, the first of the front runners. No, it's not, it's Max Verstappen, first of the front runners, currently fifth, but he has already made his pit stop. Now we pit as well as Sergio Perez, and I'm just wondering, is there any chance of an undercut on Lewis Hamilton? It's going to be very difficult to do. Down the pit lane we go. Hopefully we have a nice drama-free pit stop, and this will be our one and only stop onto hard tyres. Off go the mediums, on go the hards. Pretty decent stop, 2.3 seconds. Back out into the action, but the 1 or 2 laps extra we've been out has really cost us. We've been undercut by Gasly, Leclerc and Pourchaire, and we're down into P17 from being about P13. How has this gone so wrong for us? And at this moment in time, I'm feeling a lot of frustration at where we are. I really would have thought that even though we were out a couple of laps longer than the soft tyre runners, it wouldn't have got that bad, but it really has. And well, I think at this stage we can kiss goodbye to any potential points in this race. Meanwhile, Leclerc and Gasly are getting very into it, and I'm trying to join this fight, and Pourchaire is going to be backed up, so we're going to have a chance at the Red Bull here. The Red Bull goes defensive. We're going to go round the outside and deny P16 from Théo Pourchaire. His race going from bad to worse as he now drops into 17th and we take P16. And I'm looking at how many cars are close to me, ahead of me, so there is still a chance for a point here. Let's not lose hope yet. Lap 17, 16 to go as we complete the lap, and next target is Pierre Gasly, who undercut me. We set a personal best of 1:15.7, not too shabby. There are cars battling ahead. I can't see who it is. I think it's... oh, I've gone off the circuit anyway. I got too into watching them that I drove off the circuit. We have got a yellow flag ahead, and that's Sergio Perez in the Ferrari grinding to a halt. So Sergio Perez with a terminal issue, and for the second race in a row, no, it's not the second race in a row because he didn't drop out of Canada. Sorry, for the second time in 3 races, Sergio Perez finds himself out of it. We move up to P15, and I'm gunning it at this stage. I'm really just taking the life out of the tyres to try and keep up with Leclerc and Gasly ahead. That's not going to help us. We hit the curb really quite hard. That's allowed Pourchaire a better exit, and now Pourchaire is having a look down the inside, and he's retaking the position from us. So Théo Pourchaire moves up into 15th, but for the next lap or so I'm thinking, right, let's stay with him, stay within his DRS, and let's get dragged along back to the pack in front, and then I can start picking them off. That's the plan moving forwards within the last 14 laps of this race. And indeed, Pourchaire has helped us catch up the pack, because by the end of lap 23, with 10 laps to go, they're all right there. And I think, again, it's being fronted by Lewis Hamilton in the final points paying position. And now we've got overtake, we've got DRS on the straight, and is there a way I can do what I've been doing to the other drivers and keep catching Pourchaire off guard? No, he goes to defend, but we simply sweep round the outside, not really deviating from the racing line, and we've been able to retake P15 from Théo Pourchaire. Right, next up is Pierre Gasly. Let's pick these off then one by one each lap and see where we can end up. We've got the straight, we've got overtake, we've got DRS. How close can we get to Gasly? Is it close enough to attack? Again, we look to the inside. Gasly defends. I'm going to brake later around the outside. Hamilton's gone wide. Leclerc's been backed up, and we've overtaken him as well. So Lewis Hamilton going wide just as we attack Gasly, and that's what enabled me to pass Leclerc too, because Leclerc got backed up. Meanwhile, here's Lando Norris going for the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix, and Norris taking the lead of this Spanish Grand Prix ahead of Max Verstappen. George Russell right behind him, P3. However, next time round, Verstappen decides, no thanks, I want that back. Down the inside goes the world champion, and Max Verstappen, is he going to complete the move? Norris is trying to hold on, but Max has got this covered. Verstappen into the lead as we've now dropped nearly a second behind Lewis Hamilton. The push continues, and we are gaining, and they're battling ahead. Albon and Ocon. Ocon's backed up Hamilton. We're now going round the outside of the second part of the first chicane, finding some room, finding better momentum out of the corner, and we're now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Albon and Ocon backed him up, and we found a bit of space. We found a car's width worth of space, and we took it. Okay, next up is Ocon and Albon, and this is the battle for that final points paying position, which I so dearly covet. We've been racing hard to get that position in this Spanish Grand Prix, and in the last few laps, you best be sure I'm going to push hard to try and take it. Here comes Ocon on Albon. Albon's trying to defend. Ocon up the inside. I'm going to try and go round the outside of the pair of them, And we just about keep it on the circuit. But Albon is going to go, Ocon, sorry, goes back through down the inside. We're going to go side by side with Ocon. No, Ocon gets it. Ocon covers. Round the outside of 4 we go. And we have got the move done on Esteban Ocon. Have we got it? No, not quite. Ocon still hanging on down the inside. And this time we get up to P10 and we get into that points paying position. There will only be 1 point, but every single point in Formula 1 counts. And as we head into the closing stages, we're able to hold on to this. Lewis Hamilton, though, has moved up into P11. So Lewis really moving forward. He might give me hell as we head into this one last DRS zone. But I've got enough overtake if needs be to hold him back round the right-hander. And we are just going to take a little bit of battery power. Hamilton not able to get close enough. All looks lost after the pit stop, but we've been able to pick them off one by one, and as such we're in P10. Max Verstappen takes the win of this Spanish Grand Prix, but round the final corner we go. It's going to be a single point from this race. I will still happily take that.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Another great victory to add to the list. Cool, calm and consistent does it.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
It's not quite the highs of Imola or Canada, with no safety cars or red flags helping us out and no changeable conditions, but it's still a point, and I'm still very happy to take that solitary point. Verstappen wins the race, Norris is second, Russell third, Piastri 4th, Alonso 5th and the fastest lap point. Then it's Bottas, Sainz, Stroll, Hülkenberg and myself completing the points. I am very happy with that because we picked them off one by one and then we were able to hold on to the points. Max Verstappen now takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Lando Norris 5 behind, with Piastri and Bottas just dropping back now, and Russell dropping back a bit further. Then it's Alonso, then it's myself, then it's Perez, Leclerc and Hamilton completing the top 10 in the championship, with Stroll, Gasly, Albon and Sainz right behind. I'm really quite happy with that finish, to be honest. We still need to see our teammate in the points, however. Mercedes now take the lead of the Constructors' Championship, but it is very, very tight. Thank you so much for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new here. You want to see more content from me. Until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Enjoy the rest of your day.